Look, I know I've had my issues with Underground 3 fans. I acknowledge that. God forbid. It's not like I don't want Underground 3. People keep mis-fucking understanding. I want it just as much as anyone else. I just don't feel like we need it, but if it comes out, I'll fucking buy it. It's Underground 3. Why wouldn't I buy it? It's just, I know what it's gonna devolve to. It's gonna devolve to garishly colored, awful cars with yellow rims. I don't want to see your awful looking Veyron. I know that's what it's gonna come down to. Your stupid looking Veyron. I apologize to anybody who likes the Bugatti Veyron, you sad fuck, but I don't want to see it. Nobody wants to. We got into the age of car design where cars look good enough on their own, and I don't want them to be ruined. Just, let's try something else. If nothing else, I want to hear what this car sounds like. Because it sounds powerful. This Mercedes is just, hits me in the loins. So yeah, no Underground 3, not even, nothing. The Criterion game we gotta look at, I can't tell. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be like, what was it called? MotorStorm, probably? I'm not really sure, but it looks fun. I'm spitballing here. I don't know jack fucking garbage about it. I just know that it exists. So, yeah, nothing got announced at the EA press conference. Ubisoft delivered, I think, after Jesus Christ Watch Dogs. That's another topic. Suffice it to say, I like how... Watch Dogs is fun, and I'm not gonna fucking play it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm on the last mission. I bought it. I bought the Season Pass. That's how much faith I had in Watch Dogs. I'm on the last fucking mission, and... Oh, Jesus! I do not know what my plan was there. Is that the... Oh, yeah. The Alfa Romeo. I just realized I have not driven this ever. It's lumbering and it's heavy, and this is gonna turn out badly. I'll get to the quality gameplay in a second. Oh, fuck. I will shut the fuck up now, because that was embarrassing. Wow, this is stable. Holy crap. This is very stable. Okay, so Ubisoft delivered Rainbow Six Siege. I like tactical shooters a lot. I love Battlefield. I love Battlefield because it requires teamwork to win. Not as much as previous Battlefield titles, but if in the last Battlefield titles you have like a person on your side who you're talking to, you win. Just, it happens. So I'm very much looking forward to Rainbow Six Siege. I don't give two shits, half a fucking a donkey about Assassin's Creed. You're gonna have to impress me. I've played the last few through proxy, and I'm not gonna shill unless you impress me, and I don't care. I just don't. I'm sorry. Good job. Is he German? Because, man, I wanted him to be Japanese. Then I could make a scorched earth joke and it would have worked, but no. What is wrong with me? Holy crap. Well, we all have a few bad days, and I'm having my worst one yet. What else? The crew. I am... damn. I am gushing over the crew. It's maybe because I'm starved. This literally is the only racing game I've played, barring Rivals, which is not a racing game. It's a train wreck of garbage, and I understand why it's like that. It was developed over 6 months, and it's the worst PC thing ever. You know what? I'll get to dissing Rivals in a bit, but I just want to talk a bit about the crew. I can't talk much because I don't want to watch trailers at all. I hate trailers. They ruin things. But I am very excited about the crew. I already have a friend lined up who I can play with. And it's my childhood wet dream. I've always wanted to get into a getaway driver type scenario. And just be a getaway driver. Because that's... Who doesn't want to drive a fast car and escape the police in style, you know? And all the better when you can do it in the car. Like, there are no shootouts. There's nothing. You just drive car good and rob bank well. If I can say it like that. I'm very hyped about the crew. Very much so. And they sold me on it the second they announced, or I saw that there was going to be a Shelby GT500 in the game. I was done then and there. That's it. My favorite car in an awesome game. I'm done. Buying it. Let's get to Rivals. I'm running out of points to talk about, but... Rivals. I hate Need for Speed Rivals. I understand why they've made it. I understand and I empathize with the developers because, from what I can gather, Criterion was like, "We're tired, EA," and they're like, "No." And then we're like, "Fine, we like racing games." But a couple of people at Criterion were like, "No, we don't want to make the racing games." And they're like, "Fine, Ghost Games." So they made Ghost Games. Ghost Games consists of mostly ex-Criterion employees, and Criterion is now a very small team. So, and they're working on whatever the fuck that thing is they're working on. But Need for Speed Rivals is developed in 6 months. And I don't know how it is on consoles, but let me tell you my personal experience as a PC gamer with Need for Speed Rivals. It consisted of a game that's horrible to play by virtue of being being locked at 30 frames per second in 2014 on the personal computer device. Just those words enough? Those words on their own are enough to make anyone cringe and give up on the idea. I didn't, because I'm dumb. It's locked at 30 frames per second. You can't unlock it through outside means because the game is coded in a very shitty way where it just, literally, it doubles in speed. So, it's unplayable. It's not unplayable, but it's awful to play. And it has so much wasted potential. That's the other thing. It pains me to see how much wasted potential that game has. I'm going to break it down to two things. The racer side and the cop side. First off, racer side. You have no incentive to work with racers. Okay? There are no lobbies, which I'm fine with, if only they had made it work, like Burnout Paradise, but there are no lobbies at all. The only way to start a race with other people is to line up, and I didn't even know this. I don't think the game tells you. I'm pretty sure it tells you. I just didn't know that you could line up with other people on the starting line of a race, and Jesus Christ. You could line up with other people on the starting line of a race, and actually this is gonna be fun. Let's see if I can get to 3rd place from this awful clusterfuck. It's always good when you pull off a miraculous win. That's the other thing, reason why I love Grid 2. How can you crash in a straight line? Fuck. Really, bruh? I didn't even see what truck I'm playing on, and I'm so glad I chose this car. Because it's perfect. It's like a little doggy. It's like Daniel Bryan. Yes. I could talk about wrestling, dude. I started watching wrestling, and wrestling is awesome. But really, do we really need another John Cena versus Bray Wyatt match? Ugh. No, we're gonna get to that. I completely... Right. So, racers have no incentive to work with each other. And if you want to play with friends, you're shit out of luck. At least I am, and I'm pretty sure it's the netcode's fault, because the game is awfully coded. It works atrociously bad. I don't know why it works so bad, but it does. I cannot play with my friends at all. By virtue of by comparison, actually, Need for Speed Most Wanted, which came out 2 years ago, that works fine, no matter when my friends are, and that's P2P. There's no lag. Meanwhile, in Rivals, I tried to play with a friend who was literally who lives 3 blocks away from me. He's a 3-minute drive away. He was near at the time. He usually lives in Austria. He was near at the time when we tried to play. We tried to play when he was in Austria and when he was close by. It didn't work. At all. He kept lagging. I kept lagging on his screen. He kept falling into the ground and it was unplayable. Like, he kept teleporting, glitching, the works. It was the most awful shit in the universe, and I couldn't stomach it. It's disgusting. So, you know, barring that it's terribly coded, just awfully. Jesus fucking... Really? Why? Why won't you let me take a fucking turn? What is wrong with these people? 4th? Where's the dude in 1st place? Pretty sure there's nobody in front of us. Nobody's finished the race yet. Right. Really deserve to die so that dude can spin out. Huh? I'll take 3rd place. Hey, I was in 10th. It's a miracle I'm in 3rd. So, That's the racer side. The cop side. What the fuck? Okay, that was pretty cool. Oh, Mustang Mach 1 performance. Hats off to you, my good friend. Not many people... Yeah, and yes, I bought DLC. Why wouldn't I? I've played this for like 80 hours. Love it. So that's the racer side. Very little incentive to work with people and just play with people. I mean, even when you try, it doesn't work. The same bullshit netcode issues apply to the... sorry, to the cops, naturally. It's the same game. And it's even worse on the cop side, because again, the police also have no incentive to work with each other. Like, I'm guessing you can start a hot pursuit with a fellow player, but once again, I cannot play with my friends, and when I'm with strangers in the lobby, it's hard to convince anyone to stop, because they immediately mute you if you have your mic on. It's weird. It's the age we live in. But the most egregious oversight is how cops could have worked together very well. And it's a very simple fix, really. There's flavor dialogue when you're playing as a cop, and it mostly consists of unit requires assistance, somebody's pursuing somebody, and it's based on, I'm guessing, on actual pursuits happening in game. So my question is, why couldn't you, when the prompt comes up to race against, when, let's say some officer who's a player, Nissan Fairlady Z? What a fucking champ. This dude continues to amaze me. I am staggered at what he's doing. But sorry, I'm out of breath. It's hot in the motherland currently. How hard would it have been when an officer, engages a racer for a prompt to pop up that says press right on the D-pad to set navigation to the officer requiring assistance, right? That's not going to be too hard. And when you're in the vicinity, a little circle appears and you just stay in that circle and try and... Not a circle even, you just... What the hell? That was lucky. You just are in the vicinity, you know what I mean? Just... it's stupid. It's the loneliest always online game I've ever played, and it has so much potential and it's all wasted. It's super terrible. Here we go. The tier 1 salt mines, where this happens. And I'm sad. I'm sad because it's a new team. They had barely enough time to work on the game, and I was mad, but when I learned of their circumstances, man, I empathize. I truly empathize. And hopefully they can turn it around with Underground 3, which I think is coming. If it isn't, what better time, They ruined the franchise again, so they might as well just dig deep and we're like, fine, we can finally allow the golden goose to lay an egg. And I guess that about sums it up. Everything that I wanted to get off my chest. I can't think of any other E3 news that... Jesus. Fuck! Come on! I guess I'll try and finish this while giving as much useful advice as humanly possible. You've probably seen me not jump into clusterfuck situations, and that's a valuable lesson to learn. Do not touch anyone in Grid 2. Just don't. It's dangerous. Whenever possible, just try to avoid the mad clusterfuck. I wouldn't advise trying to get through it, because that rarely works. The best option is to just hang back for a bit, let them kill each other, and then slowly start advancing. It works. It truly works. Patience is king. You just gotta be patient, and if you are, you're rewarded. For example, see? I just climbed to third place. By virtue of being patient. Oh god. Well, this can always happen, but again, this is my fault, so no reason to get mad. I just wish I knew how to drive. Man, the one race I tried to focus on the actual game, and shit all happens. It was better when I was playing an autopilot. But yeah, avoid clusterfucks, learn to drive. Actually, what other useful else can I give? Throttle control. Many people oversteer and just don't know their cars all too well. I would advise against using this. Actually, using the same car is a good starting point, but if you want the game to be fun, use different cars, people, and don't. If you want to make it actually challenging and interesting for yourself, here's what I do. I never use the most popular cars. I tried, it didn't work for me. I mean, I won. My winning rate didn't increase exponentially, and I wasn't having as much fun as. Like, for example, if I was driving the Camaro right now, I wouldn't be having as much fun as driving this underdog of a Mustang Mach 1. You know, so... I mean, always try and be chivalrous. That's the main thing that's missing from this game. By being chivalrous and not hitting other people unnecessarily, you build etiquette, you expand your moral code, and that pays off huge in learning how to not, for example, get fucked in clusterfuck situations. If you know how to... Racing is about avoiding other drivers as much as it is driving well. That's what I've learned while playing this game. And as you can see, podium finishes. Almost this entire session has been podium finishes. First place is a rarity, but I'll take a podium finish because it's good enough for me. Like, with all the bullshit that's happening and all the insane way people drive, I feel like it's good enough for me, and if it's good enough for me and my huge ego, I'm guessing it's gonna be good enough for normal people. And that about does it. I'm not gonna overstay my welcome with this live comm session. I appreciate if you stuck with me for this long. I'm ready to do this again. I'm gonna put up a video announcing it, but I'm gonna be streaming Dark Souls 2 with a friend of mine. I'm in love with the Dark Souls franchise, and I feel like I'm decent at it, especially the build I have. So if you're interested, I will put up a video when I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna announce when it's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be this weekend, meaning either the 14th or the 15th, probably Sunday the 15th. I'm gonna stream, and for those of you who missed the streams, they're gonna be recorded on Twitch, and I'm also gonna edit together clips of the actual adventure, the best bits, and put them online, shades of T-Dart Saturday and all that. So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me, to an opinionated asshole from Bulgaria who just now realized he really, really loves doing this. And yeah, see ya.